Good evening. It's Wednesday, October 16, 2024, and welcome to the Town of Carmel Town Board. Tonight we have a public hearing and a work session, followed by a voting meeting. If everybody would, first, if Troop 1140 would come up to the microphone, please. If everybody's, no, please rise and face the flag. The scout's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
2, 3. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Just ask that we all remain standing for a moment of silence to protect all the men and women serving in our military, in our police forces, and our first responders who provide us with the blanket of freedom that we live under each and every day.
Thank you. Can I borrow one for?
Sure.
So, I call this meeting to order, and I ask our town clerk to please do a roll call attendance.
Councilman Kearns?
Present.
Councilman McDonough? Councilman Lombardi?
Here.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Here. If someone would please make a motion to open up public hearings.
So moved. Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
So our public hearing is for proposed local law number, is it 7?
Number 7.
Number 7, 2024. It's amending Chapter 156 of the Town Code entitled Zoning. Could you read the public notice part first,
Sure.
please?
Notice of public hearing. Notice is hereby given that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel will conduct a public hearing at Town Hall, 60 McAlpin Avenue, Mahopac, New York, 10541, on Wednesday, October 16th, 2024, at 7 p.m. or soon thereafter that evening as possible, on a proposed local law amending Chapter 156 of the Code of the Town of Carmel entitled Zoning. Copies of the full text of the proposed local law are available in the lobby at Town Hall, from the town clerk's office during normal business hours, as well as on the Town of Carmel website. At said public hearing, all interested persons shall be heard on the subject thereof. The town board will make every effort to assure that the public hearing is accessible to persons with disabilities. Anyone requiring special assistance and/or reasonable accommodations should contact the town clerk.
Thank you. If no one objects, I'm going to waive the reading of the entire law. And there is a sign-up sheet for anyone that would like to comment on this local law. The local law is regarding the battery farms and solar farms in the town. It looks like Lauren is the only one that signed up. Back by popular demand.
A good speech to be making. I don't know that everybody truly understands, the milestone of this standalone amendment to the zoning code. So tonight marks a local milestone in a long and at times contentious battle to prohibit Tier 2 battery energy storage facilities in the town of Carmel. An amendment to the current zoning code to protect the residents of this town is imperative and is a long time in the making. We have been standing before this board week after week for this exact reason. We know that these facilities pose risks to all the residents in Carmel and in the surrounding towns and neighborhoods, and this is one crucial step in ensuring these facilities don't pop up anywhere in our town. We began this effort months ago, and I think it's an appropriate time to acknowledge the hard work and dedication that has gone into the making of this resolution. First, I'd like to thank the absolute warriors that live on Lounsbury Drive in Somers, New York, a group of mostly strangers who have grown to be my good friends, passionate, intelligent, inspiring people who band together with our town to fight for the protection of our families. I'm in awe of our efforts, from attending meetings to creating signs, holding rallies, hounding elected officials for support, successful in some cases and not in others. We have reached out to local and national news outlets to beg them to cover our story, to show the world that what we were up against. We invited people into our homes and on our properties to help them understand what was proposed. We have shown this town and the surrounding towns that we will stop at nothing when we know we must fight for our lives. To our friends for showing up, your unwavering support helped pull us through some difficult months. From coming to meetings, shuffling our kids, joining rallies, and buying those signs, you knew how much it meant to us, but you also knew how much it meant to all of us. This amendment to the zoning code protects every resident in this town. You know who you are, and thank you for being there for us. Next, I think it's time to acknowledge the town board. This certainly hasn't been easy, and we've definitely not always seen eye to eye. But through that process, we have made progress. I sincerely hope that you are proud to represent this community. I hope you take pride in knowing you have residents who will hold you to task when needed, but will also work with you when you listen. I hope you continue to allow for productive and even contentious conversations so that you truly understand the perspective of your constituents. We will continue to show up, to be involved, and to do the work that needs to be done beyond this resolution. To our elected representatives beyond this board, to Mike Lawler, Matt Slater, and Gina Arena for visiting our neighborhoods, supporting our cause, and for helping us understand what needed to be done to get to this point, for taking the time out of our hectic schedules to listen, for going back to their colleagues and explaining our situation and bringing them back to meet us, for going back to Albany and asking the hard questions for the betterment of this entire state. And if you didn't support us, and you didn't show up, you know who you are. Don't show up now. You're too late. To East Point Energy, you tried to slip in under our noses. We see you. We know you thought you were coming to a small town of unknowing residents who would allow you to make money at our demise. You were very, very wrong. I'm sure your proposed facility has a place, but it's not here. Not right smack in the middle of our residential neighborhoods, not in our backyards, not where our children play, and not in the houses where our children will grow up. We know this fight isn't quite over. We know that this proposed amendment is not all that needs to be done, but it's one huge step. I urge the board to vote unanimously tonight to approve this amendment, to show this town and all the surrounding towns that this can and should be done. Let's be some of the leaders in this nationwide battle over where these facilities belong. Let's show the world that a small town in Putnam County can make a difference.
Thank you. There's no one else signing up. Can we get a motion to close the public? All right. Anyone that didn't sign up and doesn't want to come up and sign up, does anyone want to come to the microphone? Okay. So
Motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So a resolution making a secret determination in regard to local law number 7, amending chapter 156 of the Town Code of the Town of Carmel entitled Zoning. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby determines that local law number 7 of 2024, amending chapter 156 of the Town Code entitled Zoning, is a type 2 action under SECA pursuant to 6 New York CRR 617.5 sub C, and no further review is necessary. I offer this as read.
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Someone want to make a motion to?
I make a motion that the town board adopt local law number 7 of 2024, amending chapter 156 of the Town Code of the Town of Carmel entitled Zoning,
As
Oh, I
noticed.
as noticed and published.
Second.
Can we get a roll call on that?
Sure. Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. So local law number 7 passed.
So I also want to thank all the residents, Lauren and her crew, for being here from, I don't know if it was April or May, working with us. But in addition, we have some Girl Scouts here tonight who are working on their Democracy in Action Merit Badge. And this issue and its conclusion tonight is clearly a example of democracy in action, where we worked together, we heard the concerns of the residents, we worked with you, we emailed, we communicated with each other, and that's really the way democracy should be working, with the best interest of the residents and those who we represent. So I'm very happy that we passed that tonight, and girls, I'm very happy that you were here to see that tonight.
Thanks. So can we get a motion to open up the work session?
So moved.
Second? And all in favor?
Aye.
We have 2 items on the work session tonight. First, I ask the board to review the minutes from October 9, 2024, that our town clerk, Alice Daly, has provided for you. And first up is our town comptroller, Mary Ann Maxwell. Consider budget revisions, September 2024.
Good evening.
Hi.
Number 1, this is the budget revisions. I'm sorry. Is that me?
I did that.
Oh, sorry. For September 2024. Number 1, in the general fund, we're providing for the payout of accrued time for a retiree in our building maintenance department for $24,885. Number 2, we're providing for the emergency masonry repair outside on Town Hall, and that's $13,400, and that's from using ARPA funds that was provided by the federal government. Number 3, we're providing for the police vehicle repair from an insurance claim that was filed. That was $7,814. Number 4, we're providing for the purchase of bulletproof vests from partial reimbursement from grant funding, a total of $2,800. Number 5, we're providing for police department purchases from accreditation grants. These grants were received, a total amount right now is on this reimbursement is $32,006. Number 6, we're providing for a payout of accrued vacation time in the recreation department of $1,296. Number 7, we're transferring for expenses within the general fund for various expenses. And number 8, we're transferring for various expenses in the police department within the police fund. And number 9, we're also transferring for recreation expenses within the recreation department. On page 2, in the highway fund, we're transferring for highway overtime expenses, a total of $16,000. In Carmel Water District number 4, we're transferring for emergency repairs of $7,000. In the debt funds, we're providing for additional band payments, which is bond anticipation note principal payments. The Water District 2 project came in, the final project came in well under budget, so we were able to pay down the band by $1.4 million, so which is good. So the amount that we ended up bonding out was a lot less than what was anticipated in the beginning of the project, of that capital project. In our water tank capital funds, we're providing for a change order number 6 in that capital project of $138,502. And in Carmel Water District number 2 capital funds, this is where we're transferring the money from the capital fund to the debt fund to pay that band payment, to pay down that band. So that's all I have for the month of September.
Anybody have questions?
Thank you, Mary Ann.
Thank you.
The second item is budget transfer for the ERT training. Anthony Hoffman, Chief of Police.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor, members of the board. We have one item before the board on this work session, and it is a request to amend the town board resolution of April 17th, 2024. As the board is aware, on that resolution, part of that resolution earmarked an amount of $49,817.73 for the acquisition of portable police radios for the emergency response team. Also, as the board is aware, we've had some significant challenges with the ERT team, and in that, we mostly have tried to get our personnel up and trained. We've had to send a number of officers to SWAT school, including Officers Pearson, Rocco, and DeSantola. That's a 4-week state's required course that we had to do in order to get our team up to strength. And as a result, we incurred a number of, an amount of training expenses. So to that, we would like the board, we respectfully request that the board amend that resolution of April 17th to reallocate that money, that $49,817.73, specifically for ERT training in order to account for those training expenses that we had and the training expenses that we will have for the rest of the year for ERT. Any questions?
Where did they go? Westchester?
They, Orange County had a class. We have Detective Sanborn going to the Westchester County class in a couple weeks, and we had Officer DeSantola going to Yonkers ESU class a couple months ago. So wherever we can find the classes, wherever it works for our overtime budget, that's where we send our officers.
Thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
No, nobody have that? So can we get a motion then to close the work session?
So moved.
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
And a motion to open up the voting meeting,
So moved.
Mark that down.
and all in favor of that?
Aye.
So, Alice, we are on again. So if someone would make a motion to accept the minutes from September 10, September 18, and October 2nd,
So moved.
Second.
and all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Minutes are accepted. So, Chief Hoffman, our first resolution is making probationary appointment of a police officer, Carmel Police. Do you want to speak about?
Thank you again, Mr. Supervisor. Now on to the fun part of the job. Before you on the voting meeting, before the board, we have a consideration for an appointment for a police officer. For your consideration, we offer Mr. Robert Dwyer, currently of Kent, but a Mahopac native, Mahopac High School graduate, and he also has a bachelor's degree from Gettysburg College, he's a college athlete. He's a community-minded guy. He's a member of the Mahopac Falls Volunteer Fire Department. He's been so since 2010. He's been a firefighter, an EMT. He's a certified scuba rescue diver, and he's a past dive team captain. So that'll help us in our collaboration with the Falls Fire Department as well. Professionally, he's been an NYPD officer since 2016. He's been assigned to the Police Service Area 8 in the Bronx, so the Housing Bureau. He's been a patrol officer, a field training officer, and currently he has been serving with them in their special operations team in their Grand Larceny Auto Unit, combating auto theft, which again, his expertise will help us greatly. As an NYPD officer, thanks to the change in civil service law last year, we don't need to appoint him off of a list. The process was a lot easier with Putnam County personnel. I thank them for their work on that. And after a 3-week field training session, he'll be ready for patrol, and he'll help us with our manning as we roll into the holiday season. So it's my recommendation to the board that we appoint Robert Dwyer of Kent to the position of police officer with the Town of Carmel Police Department. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Councilman Lombardi, would you read the resolution for me?
Sure. Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel, acting as Commissioners of the Town of Carmel Police Department, hereby appoints Robert Dwyer to the position of police officer in the Town of Carmel Police Department, effective October 18, 2024, at an annual salary of $69,087 on a probationary basis, subject to the provisions of civil service law and civil service rules and regulation. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Please have a roll call.
Councilman Kearns?
Absolutely.
Councilman Lombardi?
With pleasure.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Robert, congratulations. Congratulations. When you come up.
Look at this guy.
No volunteer to hold the Bible? You're up, Lauren. You're volunteer. Who's taking pictures? Danny? So repeat after me. Raise your right hand. I'll make you say Brendan. I, Robert Dwyer.
I, Robert Dwyer,
Oh, do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York.
the Constitution of the State of New York.
I will faithfully discharge
I will faithfully discharge
the duties of my appointed position,
the duties of my appointed position,
police officer,
police officer,
with the Town of Carmel,
with the Town of Carmel,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Welcome aboard. You signing it for me?
Chief, what number, Chief?
76. Football knows.
Oh, that's awesome.
Come on back up.
Lauren? Volunteer again?
This is,
So Rob, take a picture.
oh, sorry.
I want to be tall. I just want to be tall. Yeah. Looks like a midget like last year. Thanks. Hey, good luck.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye, Barbara.
Good night.
Okay, our second resolution,
Oh, we emptied out.
it's a resolution appointing a probationary recreation supervisor to the Department of Recreation and Parks. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby creates the position of Recreation Supervisor in the Town of Carmel, Department of Recreation and Parks. Furthermore, be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby appoints Amanda Farina to the position of Recreation Supervisor, said appointment being at CSEA Group 8, Step 1, salary level, on a probationary basis effective October 21, 2024, subject to the provisions of civil service law and civil service rules and regulations. I offer this as read.
Second.
Second by Bolt, and can we have a roll call, please?
Councilman Kearns?
Absolutely.
Councilman Lombardi? With pleasure. Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Congratulations, Amanda. Welcome back.
Welcome,
She doesn't get a photo shoot?
welcome back.
You want a photo shoot with Amanda?
You want a photo shoot too?
joke?
You said it, now you have to do it.
I'm excited to be back.
Tag him, Mickey. Congratulations.
Did you get my message? Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
All right, thank you very much, you guys. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going Friday.
I went to.
Don't wait.
Susie found it.
She texted.
Yeah, so let's move this along quickly. Yes. So the third resolution is you. It's accepting proposal and authorizing purchase of ammunition for the Town of Carmel Police Department. Councilman Kearns, could you please read that for us?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of Chief of Police Anthony R. Hoffman, hereby accepts the proposal of Eagle Point Gun T.J. Morris and Son Distributors, therefore, New Jersey, for purchase of ammunition for the Town of Carmel Police Department in an amount not to exceed $19,886.68 under New York State Office of General Services contract bid number PC 69856. And be it further resolved, the Town Supervisor Michael Cazzari is hereby authorized to execute any and all documentation reasonably necessary to effectuate the purchase authorized here under, and be it further resolved, the Town Comptroller Mary Ann Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget transfers or modifications required to fund the cost of this authorization. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Could we please have a roll call?
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi? Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Number 4 is declaring certain equipment obsolete and authorizing its disposal. Councilman Lombardi, could you read that?
Sure. Resolved that upon the recommendation of the Town of Carmel Chief of Police Anthony R. Hoffman, the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby declares the equipment per the memorandum dated October 9, 2024, to be obsolete and authorizes its disposal in accordance with town law, including but not limited to town law, section 64-2-A. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Number 5 is approving the application for education stipend, Town of Carmel Police Department. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, upon the application of Chief of Police Anthony R. Hoffman, hereby approves the application for education stipends for police officers Anthony Bombach, Police Officer William Gabay, and Police Officer James Cook, per the provisions of the existing collective bargaining agreement with the Carmel Police Benevolent Association and in accordance with the memorandum to the Town Board dated October 9, 2024. I offer this as read.
Second.
Can we have a roll call again, please?
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Number 6 is authorizing the award of contract for painting of reflectorized pavement stripes, Town of Carmel Highway Department. Kearns, please read that.
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of Town of Carmel Highway Superintendent Michael Stern, hereby authorizes the award of bid contract for painting of reflectorized pavement strips on Town of Carmel roads for the period October 25, 2024 through September 30, 2025 from Safety Marking LLC under Putnam County bid number RFP-24-24. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Roll call
Councilman
again.
Kearns?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Kazari?
Yes. Number 7 is authorizing award of contract for purchase of road salt, Town of Carmel Highway Department. Councilman Lombardi, could you read that?
Resolve the Town Board of Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of Town of Carmel Highway Superintendent Michael Stern, hereby authorizes the award of bid contract for the purchase of road salt for the period of September 20th, 2024 through August 31, 2025 from Cargill, Inc., under New York State Office of General Services Group, number 1800, award number 23358, and contract PC 70463. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Kazari?
Yes. Thank you, Alice. The next resolution is authorizing the advertisement for bids for the Highway Department materials. Resolved that pursuant to request of Michael Stern, Town of Carmel Highway Superintendent, the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes Town Clerk Alice Daly to advertise for bids for the purchase of the following items for fiscal year 24-25: sand, guide rail, winter mix. Be it further resolved that the Highway Superintendent is to furnish detailed specifications for the above to the Town Clerk to be used in conjunction with the town's general bid conditions and specifications. I offer this as read.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Number 9 is a resolution authorizing payment of wages to employee number 2659. Councilman Kearns, could you read that?
Whereas on or about April 15, 2024, Town of Carmel employee number 2659 sustained an on-the-job injury to which the aforesaid employee is entitled to New York State workers' compensation benefits. And whereas Michael Stern, Highway Superintendent of the Town of Carmel, has advised the Town Board that the aforesaid employee is presently unable to return to his work duties, and whereas the Highway Superintendent has recommended extension of the aforesaid employee's wages pursuant to the terms and conditions of the Town of Carmel Employee Handbook, as well as the terms and conditions of the contract between the aforesaid employee's bargaining unit and the Town of Carmel. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the payments of wages to employees number 2659 for a period of an additional 3 months commencing October 24, 2024, and terminating January 23, 2025. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
We have roll call again, please.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Kazari?
Yes. Number 10 is acknowledging emergency repairs, town hall facilities. Councilman Lombardi, could you read that?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby acknowledges the emergency performance of repairs at the Town of Carmel Town Hall and Carmel Police Department facilities as fully detailed in the memorandum of Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., to the Town Board dated September 24, 2025, as attached hereto and made part thereof. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Kazari?
Yes. Number 11 is authorizing the acceptance of proposal for professional services, Lake Cassie, Upper Tea Kettle and Lower Tea Kettle Lake Dam rehabilitation. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as commissioners of Lake Cassie Park District and Lake Tea Kettle Park Districts, and upon the recommendations of Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., hereby accepts the proposal of Weston and Sampson, P.E., LS Architects, P.C., Albany, New York, for professional engineering services required for design, permit, bid assistance, and construction administration services required in connection with Lake Cassie, Upper Tea Kettle, and Lower Tea Kettle Dam rehabilitation projects mandated by New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, and be it further resolved that such proposal shall be at a cost of $981,020 in accordance with the proposal dated September 18, 2024, and be it further resolved that Town Supervisor Michael Cazzari is hereby authorized to sign any and all documentation necessary to accept the proposal and authorize the actions contained therein, and be it further resolved that Town Comptroller, Mary Ann Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget transfers or modifications required to fund the cost of this authorization. I offer this as read.
Second.
Could we please have a roll call?
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Kazari?
Yes. Number 12 is authorizing emergency repairs for Carmel Water District Number 8. Councilman Kearns, could you please read that?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as Commissioners of Carmel Water District Number 1, Number 8, Number 10, and Number 13, and upon the recommendation of Town of Carmel Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., hereby authorizes B&J Plumbing for the emergency purchase and installation of a main turbine pump unit at the Carmel Water District Number 8 facility at a cost not to exceed $34,516. And be it further resolved that the cost of the same proportionally allocated to Carmel Water District Number 1, Number 8, Number 10, and Number 13. And be it further resolved that Town Comptroller Mary Ann Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget transfers or modifications required to fund the cost of this authorization. I offer this resolution as read.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi? Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Number 13 is resolution authorizing payment to the East of Hudson Watershed Corporation. Councilman Lombardi, could you read that?
Resolved that upon the recommendation and determination of Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes payment in the sum of $9,373.19 to the East of Hudson Watershed Corporation for operation and maintenance related to storm retrofit project in 2024 according to the Town of Carmel overall phosphorus reduction requirements, as well as in accordance with the operation and maintenance policies of East of Hudson Watershed Corporation, previously adopted by the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, and invoice from East of Hudson Watershed Corporation dated July 25, 2024. I offer this resolution as read.
Will you second it?
I'll second it.
We need a roll call.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
I don't want to do
Councilman
it.
Lombardi? Supervisor Cazzari?
Yeah, reluctantly, we must.
Unfortunately, yes.
14 is establishing a pedestrian task force. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby creates and establishes the Town of Carmel Pedestrian Task Force, and be it further resolved that the aforesaid task force shall be solely advisory in role and functions, with its scope and purpose to be provision of advice and recommendations to the Carmel Town Board on matters relating to pedestrian safety and improvements within the Town of Carmel. And be it further resolved that all members of the aforesaid task force shall serve solely at the pleasure of the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, and be it further resolved that the following individuals are hereby appointed.
Who are they?
What did we say?
It's each of the park districts.
Oh, yes,
Lake Seaport Park District.
yes.
Chair and the vice chair, is that what we have?
Yeah, so,
Leave that out, just establish a district force and then staff.
Yeah, let's do that.
You can amend it to remove
Let's
the
do
last-
that.
so we amend this,
the motion to remove the last clause and just establish the force.
okay.
And then we can appoint it.
Staff it.
So leave it at serve at the pleasure of the town? That- and
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
staff-
cross out
got
the
it.
and.
Thank you.
So I offer that as read.
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you for your help on that. Now, can you shorten this one?
Kinda.
All right.
I'm
And
still
number
gonna mess it
15
up.
is authorizing the scheduling of public hearing in connection with preliminary budget. Councilman Kearns, please.
I make a motion to schedule a public hearing on the 6th day of November, 2024, at Town Hall, 60 McAlpin Avenue, for the following salaries: Town Supervisor, $143,200; Town Clerk, $113,000 and $34.25; Town Highway Superintendent, $130,000; and Town Council members, $23,576.09, as pre-filed with the Town Clerk. I offer this resolution as read.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Public comment? You have nothing to say?
Are you feeling all right?
I don't even want to get up tonight.
Yeah, so we're going to, we're working on the budget, so, Ms. Wynn, so next Wednesday, after our town board meeting, will be budget meeting, and as soon as we finish the budget, that has to be adopted before November 20. Then we're back to finishing the zoning changes and approving the zoning and the comprehensive plan.
Are we doing the comprehensive plan next week?
We could be voting, but the comprehensive plan doesn't affect the zoning.
I understand, I understand.
He's asking about the
I-
accessory, the
Yes.
short-term
Are you
rentals.
asking about the, I think you're interested in the zoning though, correct?
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's still a work in progress, and
That should be-
we are
that should be
working on it.
finished before the end of the year.
Yes.
How
Sorry.
long you think, though?
That should be finished, hopefully that should be finished before the end of the year.
Before the end of the
Yes, sir.
couple months? Okay.
Less, yeah, we're pretty
Well,
much there, yeah.
Less than
No
that.
chance of a moratorium on short-term rentals? Because I'm still dealing with this on a daily basis, with strangers coming in and out of, I don't know if you're familiar with my street, but it's a
Yeah.
very small street. And I've got strangers constantly coming in. Recently, they've been getting a little hostile towards my daughter's boyfriend.
Yeah, well, that section, the reason why we didn't just do that as a moratorium or as a standalone, that we're still working on some minor tweaks that came up when we were discussing it after your last visit here, or else I just would have had the board approve a
Standalone.
modifications,
Yeah.
a standalone.
We're working
We're
on
working
it.
on it.
Are they gonna are they gonna have something on the short-term rentals, or? not?
It's it was in there, but it's,
I know
yeah,
she's tweaking
We,
it and changing it.
yeah, we made some changes to it.
Okay.
And my question is you have a 2-week period in the short-term rentals that classifies.
right, it has to be 14 days is the way it was written now, yeah.
Does that really solve my problem, though, with, what if they rent for 2-week periods? Now I have every 2 weeks, I have strangers.
Well, the private road part, which is still
Yeah.
in there, that solves yours.
For anything over 2 weeks?
You
At
can't
all.
do on a
You
private
can't
road.
do it on a private road.
You're prohibited from a short-term rental on a private road.
And a short-term rental is for 2 weeks.
And it could be 2 days, 3 days, 2 weeks. You can't
No, it's
have
minimum.
Yeah.
Isn't it minimum 14 days? It's minimum.
You won't have to worry about it ever again.
So I mean, if they rent for 3 weeks.
They won't be able to.
They won't be able.
Yes.
Yes. We just have to get that through. Yeah. The private road part wasn't the part that's in the mix. That
So it's
was
just gonna be 2
easy.
weeks and it's okay, as long as they rent for 2 weeks, is that what you're saying?
I don't know yet, but
Yeah, we're working on that, but for sure, no private roads.
yeah.
That's, yeah.
You think we should go up a little bit with that 2 weeks?
We'll figure
work
it
on
out.
We're working
It'll
on
be
it.
part of the.
We got to
public-
finish the budget, though.
Yeah, we'll be part of the public hearing.
Anybody else want to?
One last question.
Yes, Walter.
How do I enforce this? Once it's.
Well, you'll call
Planning board?
you'll call the building inspector, and they'll be violated, and they have to go to court.
Yeah, then you'll have something to go on.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Sorry. You want to, anybody? Anybody else want to speak? No? Oh, here we go. Sal.
Get those stop signs.
Maybe South.
28 Boxalla Road. I need 2 more stop signs on Horton Drive. That's the starting line, okay? That speed sign, that lights up like a Christmas tree. I'm out there from 3:30 to dawn. Red lights like a Christmas tree from speeding, okay? I need 2 more. I'll be here every day.
Maybe we should put Sal on the pedestrian task force.
What's that?
Maybe we
We'll
should
have,
put you on the pedestrian task force.
Why not?
we'll have the police department go out and take a
It's the
look.
same road as Bloomer. There's no different. It's the same road, okay? And they're going all full speed, okay? What's working now, it's working, but that sign lights up like a Christmas tree. We need 2 more. Thank you.
Thank you for coming out. Okay. Oh, it collects the data of the speeding cars? Yeah, so the police should be able to tell us when that is? All right, well, they should report to us. We'll ask them to. So I don't know if anyone last year went to Sycamore at Halloween, but they had the haunted house. This year, they've gone even beyond. They're having a Nightmare Circus haunted house, even bigger and better than last year. That is going on this weekend, Friday and Saturday, from 7 to 10 at Sycamore Park. And also, we are having our e-waste. We'll announce that again. It's Saturday, October 26th, from 9 to 12. the electronic items that are acceptable and not acceptable are listed on the website. You'll see this flyer. We all attended a Columbus Day celebration at our statue on Sunday. The Italian American Club of Mahopac put it on. It was really good. And also, yesterday, our representative of the 17th District, Mike Lawler, he had a press conference announcing the $1.5 million that he is proposing for Water District Number 2. So you remember last year we received $2 million for the Lake Mahopac Park there at Swan Cove. This year, the congressman is giving us $1.2 million to help with the design of the water plant that's going up in Carmel Water 2. That's all that I have. That's it.
I want to thank everybody who came out Sunday to our first ever car show / coat drive. We were able to collect over 330 coats. Those coats are going to be participating in a midnight run. Again, thank you everyone who came out. It was a great day. We had food trucks, a lot of cars from exotics to muscles to bikes. Looking to do more events like this, so stay tuned.
Thank you. So we're having a meeting the 23rd. So next Wednesday, we're having another town board meeting right here in Town Hall. And can I get a motion to close this?
Are we doing an executive session? Okay.
No. And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good night. See you next Wednesday.